So there, guys, welcome back to Towns with Charon and Velerious.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Towns.
Unpaused. Velerious, Craig on my salt left us a bunch of comments, but I've had a really busy week, as you know. I've barely seen you all week, and haven't really had a chance to go through them and implement them into our thing. Something about building more cooking tables, which is like, it's going to be difficult, but we can probably do it. I was thinking if we basically once we move these barrels over to the freezer,
squish that bit down.
We could then probably leave this as it is, but just set up a second kitchen.
Yeah,
you know,
need
what I mean?
A place to store cooked
just
food.
Another set. Well, it will all be in It will all be in here.
I'll put it all in there.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
I reckon so. I don't know. I mean, having it close to the kitchen is obviously pretty good because it's a lot quicker to deal with stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know what else we can do about it, really.
Plus, it's near the dining room,
but,
so they can take cooked food and just eat it.
So anyway, I'm not thinking about that today. That's why. Because it's like, we'll have a think about it and see what we can do with it.
Have a think, guys. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, it's going to be a fairly chilled out episode because I'm knackered, mate. What a week.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the chilled out episode.
The chilled out
deploy
episode.
Smooth Jazz.
Where we will just deploy some smooth jazz. We ain't got any smooth jazz.
No, we haven't. We'd have to go and find a 10-second loop.
We'd have to learn to play the saxophone and everything, and you know. So
we'd have to get a quick saxophone and go. What was that weird one?
He said,
"What was that weird song that do 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 do?"
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Just do that and then just play that all the way through it.
Just put it on loop.
Yeah.
He said something about making more intelligent tables and stuff.
I said that
which we need to do, and empty this, knock it through, make it all, put some more tables in.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably do as well at some point.
Yep.
But for now, we're just going to roof this fucking freezer, because that's the way it's going.
Roof the freezer?
Yeah.
The Badger farm looks a lot prettier now.
The Badger farm, yeah, it does actually. It's quite nice. We have eaten so many cows, though. We are going to have to move on to pigs at the end of this episode, so remind me to do that as we get near the end.
Okay.
I'm just going to do it like that.
Like that, eh? Like that?
Yep, like that, as soon as that last piece goes in.
The shock.
So yeah, Velerious Steam sale happened.
It did.
It wasn't as good as it has been in previous years.
No, Gibbon wasn't there. He was away on a holiday in the steamy Alps.
I was not as impressed as I have been before. Some of the deals were a bit cack.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are good, some of them are rubbish. I did pick up a load more DLC for Talisman, which I've been waiting for, which is nice. I do like buying the Talisman DLC.
I picked up some games just for the sake of like getting them while they're on discounted price.
Yeah, I picked up a few games that were like, I picked up a game called, I think it's called Rock and Roll Defense.
Yeah,
and it's like, it was like 39p or something. And it's like it's a tower defense, but like with a rock band. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll play that for 39p.
Me and Jed found a racist game.
A racist game?
A racist game.
What was it?
Something like Play History 2 The Slave Years or something like that.
Wow.
Where every comment was basically either racist or upset at them taking out Slave Tetris.
Slave Tetris?
Slave Tetris, where you have a boat and the blocks come down as if it was Tetris, but they've got slaves in them. And you have to stack the slaves up. And then afterwards it goes, slaves were sometimes stacked on top of each other. It was very harsh. And that's it. That's all it teaches you out of that.
Wow.
Also,
okay.
like I think one of the best comments, I think it was like the best rated one, was just, why do all the slaves have big lips? And it was like, wow. There was some guy who was going, this has taught me so much about history. I can now at least represent my kingdom properly because I am a male white Caucasian and own 2 millions of slaves. It was like, oh God.
Fuck me, that sounds like a bit of a dodgy game, man.
There were some that were very racist in nature about pushing slaves off board and things like that, like there were plastic bags and things.
Oh dear.
But
well, I suppose that's what you get if you're going to make a game about slavery. It's bound to have snarky comments
the
about
weirdest
slavery.
thing is, the guys who made the game have also made other Play History games.
Yeah.
And there's things like Play History, The Plague.
The Plague.
The Plague, where I can only just imagine Plague Tetris coming into it. Like,
Plague Tetris.
Well, it's just the fact that Slave Tetris seems to be such a thing with it. Jim Sterling's actually done a video on it as well, where he plays Slave Tetris and literally just goes, what have I done with my life? I now have to come off here and tell my boss that I did Slave Tetris. I was like, God damn, Slave Tetris.
Fucking slave Tetris.
Oh,
That is
God.
shocking.
It was amazing. It was got to be one of the weirdest things I've seen on Steam in so long. But yeah, other than that, I think I bought obviously Knights of Pen and Paper 2,
Yeah.
which I'm enjoying, but it's not as good as the original. But then again, not many.
Yeah, I
2s
noticed
are.
you've been playing that a lot.
Some 2s are good as the original, some aren't. Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, of which I put on today and just was overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that adds to the actual game.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, it was insane. What else did I have? Oh, Craft the World, which is like a kind of, you look after some dwarfs.
Yeah, it looks a bit Terraria-y.
Yeah, except not Terraria. A lot better graphics, and instead of controlling a person, you are just a god that goes, "Hey, dwarfs, build a home." And they're like, "Oh,
These
okay."
are all for flowers.
Yes.
So we need somewhere to put the actual dyes.
Oh no, actually, I think
there.
there's 2 barrels near the end each for dyes. I think that's how we did it.
No.
Oh, did you literally just do flowers? If you did, you're the worst kind of person, because I think about 6 episodes ago I told you to make sure they had somewhere to put the dyes.
It's not enabled for anything. So
You only did half of the barrels.
I guess we did.
Don't drag me into this, buddy. I guess we did. We only
Let's
did
have a
this.
fucking look, shall we? Blue flowers.
Okay.
Okay. 3rd barrel.
Is
Blue flowers.
So there should be 3 blue, 3 yellow, 3 red.
Let's check the 4th one.
Yellow. So then there should be 3 of
Okay,
them.
so there's 3 for each.
And then
So
there.
this one has got nothing.
There we go.
So, shall I
That's why we're
do
doing it.
one for each die, just for now, just to get
Yeah.
this cleared up?
Yeah.
So if I do red colour, red flowers, red colour.
You'd have to do 2. There's at least over 10 red on the floor. So they won't clear them all up.
Okay.
So 2 red, 2 blue, 2 yellow. Just do it that way. That guy instantly rings colour over.
2 blue. So red, blue, blue.
I can't believe this somehow slipped past us.
Yeah.
It was fairly
I'll
short.
do that,
I
and
was
then I'll
like,
carry
we
on
needed to clean it all up.
getting some more of this.
That was the original plan anyway.
What was?
To get them to clean up all this floor and put more Atelier stuff down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's happening. Just like
Very
everything in town, it's
slowly.
happening very slowly. We also need stone because of the
Oh.
roof, so I need to get them to mine.
Hashtag saw it.
So spotted it.
Hmm.
Let's get this whole fucking square over here.
Let's get ready to rumble.
We're literally digging right through to the outer perimeter.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Well, yeah, exactly. What is the worst that could happen in fucking towns?
Your townies have all fallen off and died.
Get some more colour mixing.
One of these
benches
days,
down
we're just
here.
asking for water just to pour in and drown everyone in the mines.
It'll probably happen eventually. It's just a matter of time, isn't it?
It's just a matter of time, folks. We need some stone mines.
Some stone mines.
Mine the stones. Back in my day, we used to mine the stones.
Red colour, blue, blue. Let's get yellow, I guess.
Yellow. Green. Purple.
Red, blue, yellow, yellow.
Excellent. And then we obviously want your purple and green.
Purple and green. And
Purple
we will
and
get
green.
orange in there somewhere
Purple
as well.
and green.
Right. Red colour, blue, yellow, yellow. So there's 4 barrels left. So if I do 2 for...
2 for green, 1 for purple, 1 for orange. I don't know if we use them very much.
We don't use orange hardly ever, so I'm not going to do orange yet. We'll
Okay.
do
2 for green, 2 for purple.
2 for green, 2 for purple, just to get it cleared up.
Purple, nurple.
Purple. Okay, good. That should get most of that cleared up.
Is purple nurple basically a titty twister in America?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, a titty twister.
I don't know what's better, purple nurple or titty twister. That sounds like some kind of weird variation on the game Twister.
Yeah.
Right titty?
right
titty?
Left hand, right titty.
Left hand, right titty.
Blue Flowers Garden. Can we make those?
Probably not. We're probably very rubbish at this. Or maybe you just make them out of flowers and stone.
And mud.
We keep selling out mud though.
Yeah. How
It's
much
a bit of
mud
an
we got?
issue.
We've got 32 mud.
It's not very much.
So we could
mud.
probably make some just to finish this area off.
Make 32 of them.
Because I'd like to finish this area.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Oh goodness.
Oh my.
Oh my. So what you have to do in harvest now for flowers?
Yeah. It's happening, Velerious.
It's happening.
Don't worry about it.
It doesn't look very happening.
It's fucking happening.
It looks like it already happened and we missed it.
It's happened all over the
like
floor.
Y2K.
Like Y2K.
Everyone woke up on the 1st of 2000 and went, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
I've expected not to be dead today, and I'm not.
Just wake up and everything's fine.
Could you bet on it? Do you think that was a thing? Do you think people were like sat there going,
I doubt it.
I'm going to bet 10 grand I'm not dying tomorrow?
I think the betting companies would have to be pretty stupid to allow you to bet on that.
Yeah, but it'd be like $1 million and one to die and one to live.
But then if the world ends, how would you collect your
exactly.
Your
it's genius. Because people just go, oh, I'll throw $1 at that in case I do die. And then, like, you know.
No.
They make all the money.
No.
I would have done it. I would have made so much money. If Y2K doesn't
I don't think you would. I don't think many people would have paid you for the pleasure.
For the privilege.
For the privilege.
The privilege of having money when dead.
The privilege. Privilege.
I could just say it will be paid to you through Heaven Pay. The new gold system of PayPal and Heaven Pay. Heaven Pay.
You can collect your winnings in the afterlife in the form of rampant virgins.
Rampant virgins. In the form of halos. In the form of halos for Xbox 360.
Copies of Halo.
Copies of Halo.
Just everyone walking around with just a copy of Halo on their head. It's Halo shaped disc.
In a few years, they'll be worth billions. And they never were. They're probably worth less now than they were when they were created.
Shit, son, we have mined so much of this place out.
Well, we don't need it anymore.
We don't need it anymore,
No,
but it's like, it's amazing to see so much empty space.
That's what you do in mines, though, isn't it?
We could literally build another city down here.
The clue is kind of in the name.
And it's the same up here. Look at this. We mined right to the rim on this one.
Yeah.
That was a bold move.
Oh, you rim. Oh, don't rim me.
Don't look at my rim.
Oh, you kinky bastard.
Oh, you kinky bastard. Oh, young man.
Don't.
Yes. Dread it.
So,
the Dark Star Alliance.
Did you buy anything else in the Steam sale other than Knights of Pen and Paper 2 and that Terraria game?
Knights of Pen and Paper 2, Craft This World, Isaac Afterbirth, the rock game you got, which I haven't tried yet. I think that is about it. I went on to go look at a bunch of games, so that was about it.
I tried out that Ballistic NG I was on about last week. The Wipeout clone.
Yeah.
It's sort of...
Very rubbish.
Well, it's...
Slightly rubbish.
Slightly rubbish. It's still early access to stuff. It seems a little bit less forgiving than the original Wipeout was. Because like when you hit a wall, even if you just scrape it, you sort of instantly boom off it and you fucked, you know what I mean? So you can't even like... I remember, especially in Wipeout 2097, you could like skate the walls almost, you like grind them with the underside of your ship. But, I mean, it's impressive. It looks and feels a lot like Wipeout.
But slightly shit. Slightly.
It feels a little...
This is the Dirt Force giving it the branding slightly shit.
There's a lot of like very sharp corners where it's like I don't really understand how you're even meant to get around them, even with the air brakes.
If anyone did listen to our actual game recommendations, you wouldn't own many games. Many of them are classified under the slightly shit kind of place. It's not entirely shit, but it is slightly shit.
There's not a whole lot of games that I do recommend.
Yeah.
But when I do, I recommend Talisman.
When I recommend them, I recommend bitching games.
Talisman's a fucking amazing game.
Most of that,
it's just so time consuming.
The thing is, I always go for kind of money to player value.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like Binding of Isaac, right, which I think I got for like £5.99.
Yeah.
And I've spent about 110 hours on the original Binding of Isaac.
Which is great. Value for money.
That's fantastic. Because in all honesty, every pound I would say at least should be an hour. So $5.99, I would expect at least 6 hours worth of fucking content in it. I mean, if there's not 6 hours, that's just fucking pathetic anyway. It's like most games nowadays should be there, unless they're like an RPG that's kind of trying to do it with secrets, in which case, no. Stop that. Collecting 100 fucking flags to make the game 6 hours long is not the way to go about this. Fucking Assassin's Creed.
And I like a game that you can constantly go back to. That's why I like Civ 5 so much, because it's like, you could feasibly play that for the rest of your life and it's still...
I like the games where when you're late at night and you sat by yourself and you're thinking what I should play, you pick up a game that you play quite often, but you haven't played in a while, and you play it for ages.
It's the same reason I like Talisman so much, is because there's that many different characters in it. It's like, I could, there's always more DLC coming out for it. And it's like, every time I play it, it's like, I still have to figure out what's going on all over again, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's pretty cool.
There was a thing I was looking at, I was looking at the old Steam.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, should we just quickly mention that?
Okay, you mention it while I keep remembering this thing that I'm trying to remember.
Say it then, and then I'll
I found out in 2005 on Steam there was a mod for Half-Life called Science and Industry.
Okay.
It's no longer available
I don't remember that one.
on the Steam store. Okay, it's been taken off from the Steam store. Loads of people have a comment thread going on the discussions where you could actually buy it, going like, where's this game and everything. And someone posted a link to the developer's website, went on there, and it said, the mod that won't die, updated 2016. I was like, holy shit, 2005 to 2016, that's 11 years worth of mod updates.
Some of those games are still around.
But 11 years worth of mod updates. Those guys are dedicated.
Still updated.
It's like, it took more than 11 years to make Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
The sort of reason you were looking at this in the first place was because we were talking about, like, the early days of Steam.
I mean, technically, it was the real reason I looked at it was I have loads of things keep popping up in my wish list that don't have titles. Like, test content or just blank completely. Right? I've now got one blank game and one test content. And it's like every now and then I go on Wayback When Machine, which captions the page where the link is, and you go and find out what it was. So the test content is Fable 3. Although that's easy enough to tell from the news where it's talking about Fable 3. The other one that I couldn't find was, for some strange reason, Chrome. Okay. And I was like, what? And I went to look for the news. It went, Chrome is now updated so Unity doesn't work. And I was like, what? I was like, is this just Chrome as in what you use on a computer? And no, there was an actual game around about, I think it was 2007 that came out, and it was called Chrome.
And you added it to your wish list?
No, I bought it, apparently.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's actually in my library.
Oh.
I don't remember ever buying it, but it's in there.
Ooh. Play it, see if it's any good.
I don't know. I mean, it could be. It's on there. I've got Chrome and Chrome 2. Both could be amazing. It was so good a second one came out.
I bet they're not. I bet they're shit.
I got Chrome 1, Chrome 2, Chromosomes. It's great. Chroma Key.
I bet they are proper shit games.
My favourite is Chroma Key. The colours, man. The colours. But yeah, no, I've got that Chrome. So that was the reason why I went back and looked at it. And then I thought, Wayback When Machine has every single fucking Steam game page, like, captioned and saved. But it also has the screenshots for some of them as well. Yeah. So I was like, this is crazy. So I went back to go see how much on Steam I could see. I got to about 2007. Then I looked for the actual Steam page in Storefront and got back to 2005 with that.
Which is almost as early as it goes.
Yeah, and then you came back with the thing where it's
because I pointed out that was... You can't go any further back from there because there was no store page further back from there. Because when Steam was first launched... Because a lot of people won't even know the history of this because they weren't around for it. But back in the day, in the late 90s, I bought the disc of Half-Life. Because if you bought Half-Life, you could download the mods, Counter-Strike.
Apparently, I did find out, though, Half-Life 2 was the very first Valve game where you had to have Steam. Had to have it.
Well, you had to have it for Counter-Strike, but you just couldn't buy Counter-Strike. You had to own Half-Life in the first place in order to download it because it was a mod of the game.
Half-Life 2 was
so
the first one.
When you bought Half-Life, you got Counter-Strike, you got Day of Defeat, you got Opposing Force, you got Ricochet, you got Half-Life Deathmatch. I think you got Team Fortress Classic, and that was sort of all the games you could play. And Counter-Strike used to run on this multiplayer network called the One ID servers, which is where you basically your disk had a CD key, and that would identify you on the servers. And there was very easy ways of hacking past this, so there's a lot of hackers around and stuff. And then Valve brought Steam out, and it wasn't like what it is now. It was like if you launch a Steam game and you get the sort of server browser in there, something like Left 4 Dead or Team Fortress or something like that.
Oh. Yeah, mods like if anyone plays Gary's mod, things like that, they've got server lists in them.
Yeah.
And still work on the source engine.
Yeah, but that source engine version, there was an older version of that, that's essentially what Steam was. When you launched it on your computer, it's a tiny little olive green sort of window with yellow text.
That said, "We at Steam love you.
And
Thank you for purchasing our game."
It just had a couple of buttons. It had like games, friends,
It's also Siege.
settings and shit.
Game, friends, settings and shit.
Just let me check the Siege out. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh god, and it's in the middle of town.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So it had games, friends, and settings and shit, and that was about it. There was no sort of fancy HTML or pictures or anything. It was just literally almost like a command line interface. It was so basic.
well, way back when,
And
if you go to the shop
if
front-
you Google like Steam early version,
yeah,
on the images, you'll see like early screenshots of what it used to look like. It was appalling. But it had basically they brought it out after. I think it was about 2004, or maybe early 2005. It must have been 2004. I'm sure it was.
we're gonna lose someone here.
Yeah, well, bound to. Can't really help it. But they brought it out, and they was like, they started shutting down the one servers. So if you wanted to carry on playing games like Counter-Strike and Day of Defeat, you had to move over onto Steam, and it was shit. The friends didn't work, and it was like, it was so sluggish and slow. A lot of time you couldn't log in. It was really annoying. There was no way to sort of find what server your friends were playing on and play with them. So we used to use like Xfire instead for that sort of shit.
Which now, I mean, it's gone.
Xfire's gone, man. That died on its arse when Steam finally got good. It's like
Yeah.
Xfire just wasn't needed anymore. But back in the day, being able to join your friends on a server at the click of a button was something that we wanted.
Oh, someone died because Soldiers went down to 85.
But they had like a lot of other free games on there as well, like third-party mods that appeared on there, like The Ship, which is a game we've played on the channel. And Vampire Slayer, which was cool as fuck.
What was that thing with the whitey? Zombie Panic.
Zombie Panic,
Vampire Slayer.
which was classic.
Science and Industries. Still going strong,
I
guys.
don't remember Science and Industry. We only lost one guy, by the way, which is not too bad at
Yeah.
all.
It's going strong, though, Science and Industries. So if anyone wants to go and Google that and have a look at it.
I don't
As far as I
remember
can
what
tell,
that is.
though, it seems to just be like a shoot 'em up kind of thing. It looks like Quake.
Yeah.
It just looks like Quake. It's really weird. It doesn't even look like they needed to update it, to be fair.
Yeah, it was like-
thing.
Steam was so crap that like most of us put off getting it until the day they switched the bloody one servers off, which was then like you then couldn't play Counter-Strike anymore, which was pretty much the only thing I cared about at that time.
Yeah.
And it was like that's why if you know when you get your Steam account, you know you've got your badge for how many years you've been on there. I'm always a few months out of like the longest possible date that you can have, because I think I get my 11-year badge in July. But it's like a lot of people have already got their 11-year badge if they were around from the start.
Yeah.
And there's not many people who are around from the start. Because, like I say, a lot of them just put it off. They were like, no, I don't want it. I'm going to wait until I literally can't play my games anymore and then do it. And hope that they've sort of fixed some of the problems, which
I still
they
like the fact
didn't.
that in 2005, the only game that was kind of like not Valve's was that Ragdoll Kung Fu.
Ragdoll Kung Fu.
Which is still on Steam and marked down as the developer Mark Healy. Publisher Mark Healy, developer Mark Healy.
Not sure that is.
Don't know who it is, but to be
Find out
honest,
about that shit.
for him to get in there in 2005, it's like I can only imagine the amount of flack that his game gets now. It's still on mixed reviews at the
It
moment.
sort of took a while for Steam to become the juggernaut that it is. It was like until they sort of fixed up a lot of the bugs and got it stable and working and stuff. It was like
Well, it's also just you need to have a lot of fans to roll along.
yeah.
And Steam just didn't really have that many fans when it first came out. Even in 2005, as I said to you, I think it was about 100,000 people.
Most of its user base would be people who were just literally using it because they wanted to play those games and there was no other way around it.
Well, now it's millions.
And obviously, I think one of the big changes was when Team Fortress 2 came out. That helped give it some, more credibility. And obviously, Half-Life 2, the Source engine. By the time Counter-Strike Source came out, it was like Steam was
the
rocking,
removal of /me because some people are idiots on Steam.
Oh god, remember when they removed /me? That was hilarious.
So upsetting.
Oh, it was tragic.
I use /me all the time.
I used to use /me a lot,
Yeah.
so
And
bring
how
back
did-
/me.
I know. How did people get scammed by that? To be honest, if they got scammed by that, you should have just gone, look, there's no refunds for getting scammed by /me. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, fuck
Oh.
me. Right, I'm pausing. /me pauses game. Right, Velerious, if you'd like to say bye-bye to everybody.
/me says bye-bye.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.